What's up, guys? It's Been here from We Make Best, and we're here with the inaugural episode of the We Make podcast. I got Blake here,
Hey, yo.
and we got Tog.
What's an inaugural?
The starting episode, like the starting of a new thing.
Oh,
I,
so like
I,
first.
First.
I got you.
So
What
if
up?
I want to go
Slug?
first and not second in flesh and blood, I'll say I'm going inaugural.
No, because inaugural
Why not?
means it's the first of many.
Yeah, there's a lot of turns, my bro.
No. But there's only one starting turn.
That's a good
Anyway,
point.
so this last weekend, what was the date? 10th to 12th of June. Where did we go, Tog?
We went to Singapore.
Oh, amazing! It was it was excellent.
I want a gold star.
Yeah, gold star for effort. We went to the Calling Singapore. Blake didn't come because he's still in the US because he's a dog.
Uh,
Yeah, well, you no point going to the Singapore, then going back to the US, and then coming back here, right?
yeah, no, that's money.
That's a lot. So we got in on. Well, I got in on the Thursday because I had a direct flight. When did you get in, Tog?
Well, I had a 14-hour layover in Kuala Lumpur to
Uh-huh.
visit my grandmother.
Yeah, of course.
And then I landed in on the Friday. And then
Went
as soon as
straight
I
to
landed
Monarch
in, an
City.
hour later, I had to get into games.
Yeah.
And I thought I was going to be able to sleep at the airport. Nah, that's not a thing.
No, definitely not.
So I was
I
up
swear-
about 36 hours straight.
I swear I didn't hear from you for like 2 days, and I thought you were dead.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no
my
shit.
phone was dead as well.
They didn't have
That's
charging ports at the airport?
Not that I could find.
Oh no.
So it was just all doomed from everywhere, every angle.
How did you know the time to get on your flight? Was there like boards?
I went and sat there. I went to my gate and made sure
Oh,
I don't
no.
Yeah,
miss
see?
fucking
See,
Kuala
Tog
Lumpur.
does the right thing.
Ah, nice one.
Unlike you been at.
Anyway, yeah, so Monarch sealed on the Friday for the sigil promo. Everyone gets a sigil promo. Very cool promo.
That's nice. Yeah,
Yeah. So it's only
I actually designed the art for that promo.
right. So the promo is only
Oh.
available in Singapore, I think, because it's the Merlion, like the statue.
yeah, they were selling for like 280 US, right, for one, or is that for a playset?
No, that's for one. And
That's insane.
yeah, the vendors were buying them for about 200 as well. So,
Fuck.
but yeah, those are gonna be pretty rare. Seems like it's one event that you can get them from, right?
I'm sure fucking John bought infinite of those, right?
Yeah, he's probably got a few.
As well as the judge packs. Yeah.
Yeah.
He made me farm them for him.
What, the sigils?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
He just shouted me on heaps of events to try winning for him.
Oh, true. Okay.
Nice.
My man.
So yeah, we did that. So that's my real first, playing Monarch at a high level, high in quotation marks. But like, that's the format for nationals. So it's really the
Is it
first
sealed or
time-
draft?
Draft. But
Okay, so it's better. It's better.
still the same set. So some of the things like when you're playing the games, will come up in draft as well. And I basically made a Prism deck because I had a lot of like red heralds. I think I had like 4 or 5, and I had like 4 poppers as well. And it seems like Prism just like blocks 2 cards, plays their big action, and like that's usually good enough. And it's like most of the time, if the what are they called? The heralds. If the heralds hit, then you can threaten to like keep more of your hand because you can actually make a shield and attack with it with your weapon for 4.
Yeah, Prism just seemed way too good.
Yeah, maybe that's just a sealed thing. Like maybe a solid.
Yeah, you don't even need like any bombs or anything.
Yeah, maybe like a solid chain draft can just like run you over. What did you play in that event, Tog?
Oh, bro.
How many rounds did you play first off? One?
I played 2 rounds.
Oh,
I went
nice.
1 and 1.
Okay, good.
But I was hallucinating
Oh,
from lack
nice.
of sleep.
Yeah.
And so I just had to leave. So after round 2, after I lost to Nick Butcher, I was like, okay, I'm going home. And our hotel was just across the road from the event. And it took me about 30 minutes to get home because I was like that fucked. Like I could have just jaywalked and went across the street, but I ended up walking to Starbucks thinking that's where I'm about to sleep. And then I realized I crossed two streets when I just needed to cross one.
Mm.
And then I'm like, okay, let me go back and figure this out. So I
Yeah.
had a Bolton draft.
Uh-huh.
I know that was the original question.
Oh,
I
sealed,
can't
sealed.
tell you at all what was in there.
Okay, that's good.
But yeah, 2 rounds of Bolton and
Get the hell
get
out,
the
get some
frick out
sleep.
of there, dude.
You
How
get a
much?
V for Vanguard.
No, I don't
Nah,
think you had
didn't
that.
have that.
Ah,
You
you lost
you
then.
had a Valiant Charge, right? That's a good
Yeah,
card.
I had some decent
Not bad.
cards. I had to go Bolton though because I remember all my generics weren't playable in any other deck unless it was chain, but I had no chain cards
Mm.
like captain's calls and belittles and minnowisms and stuff like that. So I'm just forced to go
Jesus.
Bolton, but I didn't have good Bolton cards.
Captain's
What
actually
I
not bad
found.
in chain though.
No,
Yeah,
but
of
I
Found
had
course.
no
chain.
chain. I
But you
had
just didn't
zero
have
chain
anything for
cards.
chain, yeah.
Mm.
All my
Um,
best cards were Prism, but I just didn't have the generics to make 30 cards.
yeah, right. So then Tiger went home after the second round. Did you actually sleep?
But as soon as I got home and laid down, I was out. Like I don't
Bruh.
even remember trying. Like usually I take like an hour to fall asleep.
Yeah,
Nah,
just
down,
carked it.
gone.
Sedge.
I played the next 2 rounds. I ended up going 3-0, and then so if you went 4-0 in this event, you entered the draw to receive one of the new heroes, like the Vincent or the new Prism, like the young Cold Foil.
Oh,
Yeah, so but
jeez.
the way they did it was like if you went undefeated with a Shadow hero, it put you in the draw for Vincent, and if you went undefeated for with a Light hero, it put you in the draw for Prism. Yeah,
Makes
for Prism.
sense.
And I was a Prism, like I was playing Prism, and there was about 9 4-0s with Prism, and the other classes all had like two or three. So even if I ended up losing the last round. I lost to that red rare that makes 3 spectral shields, and my
Break
opponent
the
just
embers.
yeah rake the embers, rake the embers for spectral shields, and
Yeah.
my opponent just blocked all my attacks and just like pitch blue to his weapon every turn, and it's just doomed. But yeah, I would have been like a 1 of 11 to get the cold foil, but would have been cool because I'm pretty sure those
Oh, I
souls
thought
roll up.
it was an individual pool for each one, but it's just one big pool. But okay, I get it.
You get what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's not a bad chance.
Yeah.
What did it sell for when someone won it?
I don't know, but I know John Warden got some of them, so it's probably like 300 or something.
Yeah, not bad.
Yeah. They're gonna obviously drop down as more of them get, um, you know, won and opened and stuff like that. All right.
Mm.
So then, we went and got some food somewhere. Yeah, it was good.
Yeah,
And
what'd you guys
then
eat? I never asked you. Like, how was the food? Obviously, you didn't die in Bali, because I mean, not. I mean, in Singapore.
Singapore. Yeah. The layout of our area was very weird. Like we didn't realize where all the food was until like the second or third night, which is basically it was basically above our hotel. Like it's like a
Singapore's
mall.
just built weird, eh?
It is built weird, but it's
All their
nice.
shops are like hidden.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And it was like wrapped around the side of the hotel, but up a floor from like from the floor kind of thing, from the ground. We eventually found somewhere to eat there, like an Asian place that was really nice. I think I had that like twice
Mm.
or 3 times. And then we went out on the final night after the top 8, like as a group with all the guys from Perth. That was awesome. So we had jellyfish, Blake.
Oh no, here we go.
Yeah, jellyfish salad. So I didn't
What was
like
that
it,
like
man.
compared to the fucking octopus?
I actually liked the octopus more. Not gonna
No
lie.
way.
Yeah, really. The
Is that bad?
jellyfish, the texture of the jellyfish was so gross.
It was all good.
You reckon?
I thought it was all good.
I
Um,
liked it. Fuck
Just like
yeah.
squishy noodles,
yeah, it was,
but
but
fish taste. So
yeah,
that's why
that's
Luna
what
doesn't
got
like
me,
it.
the fish. And also, I think the dressing or whatever, like the marinade was kind of not very nice either.
Boo!
You liked it? I don't
I
know.
liked it.
Yeah, it was a bit how you going. What else do we get there? We got a lychee, a sweet and sour pork that had lychee in it, like lychee bubbles, like they put in bubble tea. It's pretty cool.
What about truffle fries?
No truffle fries, bro.
Surely.
No.
Oh, it's not a
It's
real
a fucking
fucking calling
Asian
then.
place, there, bro. Yeah, can we get some truffle fries, please? They're just like, what the fuck you on about?
White people.
Yeah. So back to day one of the calling. Let's go through yours first, Tog. Your matches.
Oh, do we? Oh, yeah.
Come on, mate.
All right. So I missed day two, first off. I think I ended the day on 4-3.
Mm-hmm.
Ah.
He's tilted just
Okay.
thinking
PTSD.
about it.
So
Yeah.
we'll just get into it, yeah, and then
Yeah,
I'll
yeah,
cry
yeah.
Now I'm,
during.
Yeah,
now I'm
yeah.
flashbacks.
Yeah, if I go quiet, it's because I'm crying. So
Okay.
that's all right. So round one, I'm feeling it. Usually I like to do all my things fasted and then like just on some coffee. But drank a milk coffee, yeah.
You never
So
you never usually drink milk in your coffee, right? Just black
never.
coffee.
I'm
Yeah.
always a black coffee,
Yeah.
straight
Yeah.
black. But yeah, so unusual for that. I'm feeling it though, going in and then sit down and then I need to shit my guts out. So as soon as the round starts, I call the judge. I'm like, Judge, I've got to go, boss. So give us a time extension, blah blah blah. I
Oh,
come back,
shit.
we're versing. I'm versing a Dory. I'm Kano, by the way, of course. Versing a Dory. They flip up AB3 Jubil. They got the Oasis, the lot, all of that.
Ew.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Jabil.
Jubil as well.
Oh, jeez.
It's Dory, so I run a copious amount of reacts. You like that? Big word, copious.
It's a medium word.
So
Continue.
got all the D reacts. So I'm like, even if he is Dawnblade, I'll be able to get the second cycle and just I'll stack in his face. What's he gonna do? Do all of that. Still feel like shit from from the coffee. Get to my pitch stack. Realized once I'm there, I never even thought about what I put there. So I'm just trusting myself that I did it good. Did it bad, and then yeah, whiffed it. Did it real bad. So whiffed it. I had a angle to redeem it, but I had to put him to like 2, and then next turn I'm going to natural flip into a wildfire because that was how my stack worked. And then if he doesn't have exactly Oasis on the second turn, then I win. He had it, so
Of course.
he drew it on the exact right turn that he needed it.
Did you have it in
Whatever.
Arsenal
I
or he
lost.
drew it?
I'm still,
He
huh?
drew it. He drew it. He used his whole
Yeah, he
hand
drew
to
it. He
parry
drew it.
the other
Oh,
turn.
bro.
Yeah.
I went through his first Oasis on the combo turn and still put him to like 2.
Mm.
And then yeah, so I just needed him to not draw the next one. He drew it, whatever. Then round 2, I beat a Dromai. Really close game, super tight.
Yeah.
I did some a lot of blind flipping and hit good.
Oh,
There's
okay,
also a
nice.
turn in there where he let my Aether Spindle hit for 5 while I had a 5
Ooh.
card hand. And then
Ooh,
I think I ended
yikes.
up doing like 20 damage to him on my own turn.
On
And then,
yours.
yeah, and
Oh
then
no.
the game's just
Little
locked
Aether
from
Flare
there.
in there or something?
Yeah, it was like Spindle set up Tomes into Flare into Spindle again. And then there was a blazing or some shit.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, then there was a blazing, and then passed to him, killed him on his turn. And so this whole time my phone's dead as well. We got no charger, but I was scamming some one of the bros. My phone's on 1%. I'm rushing because I'm sharing Wi-Fi from one of the bros to put in my results. And then apparently I misreport it, put it as a loss for myself, even though I won.
As you
And
do.
then so I'm 0-2 when think I'm 1-1. I think I'm 1-1 going into round 3, but I'm 0-2
Okay,
on the
yep.
board.
Yep.
But I should be 2-0.
Okay, yep. One should be proper pitch stack and one should be reporting a result properly.
Yeah.
Good start,
And
good
then, so going to round 3, another Dory.
Okay,
Do
nice.
the same thing, set up a pitch stack, but like now I'm like clocked on. I'm like, all right, make sure I don't mess this one up. Do it, bomb them, all good. So should be 3-0, but I'm 1-2.
Okay, yep, yep.
The bros hit me up. They're like, wait, why are you so far back? Are you sure you reported right? I'm like, yeah, sure. I'm sure I am. I really needed to go piss or whatever. So I went and pissed, came back, and then the next round started, round 4.
You know, I was trying to tell you that you needed to do this before the round started. Like, you needed to appeal it or whatever. but you just weren't
Bro,
there.
I'll
You knew
look.
this.
Let me tell. I was
Oh,
not there.
Uh,
Bro, I thought the 14-hour layover into like 8 hours sleep finally was going to be all right, and I thought I was all right. I was not there.
yeah, all right, yeah, yeah.
And then yeah, so play my round 4, beat a Bolton.
Mm. Why are you
Stock
just
standard game.
versing
That one.
warriors? Is there any other
Yeah,
classes
I'm
in the
just
game?
versing Perma Warriors.
Okay.
It's real easy though.
no,
So
it's because all the Lexis are at the top.
Nah, yeah, that checks out.
yeah, true. But yeah, beat the Bolton. Whatever. It's a free matchup anyway. Then I finally go and talk to the judge. They say it's too late. I'm already mental boom from losing round 1. So I don't even want, like, I don't want to care about the round 2 misreport.
Yeah. Save mental.
Save mental, just ignore it. In my head, I'm fuming, like yelling at myself. But no, on the outside, yeah, all good.
Oh, good man.
Just crying a little bit. All good. 0 and 2, X and 2, so I can still make day 2.
Mm-hmm.
Just win out. Next round, all good. Versus my first Lexi. They got AB2.
They got Art of
Really
Ice?
close game, but again, Aether Spindle Yellow is just the most goaded card. So I ended up
You
doing
heard
a
it here
like
first.
spindle combo, put him to 1. I give him one opportunity that turn to deal. He had to deal 30 to me, something
30.
like that.
Jeez.
You're
Yeah.
in 30.
Oh no, it was probably like 26.
Right.
Okay.
Is that through
It's to deal
blocks?
26 to me with just 3 cards off of the 3 of a kind that I'm responding to.
Oh, I see, I see, I see.
Yeah. So he has to deal 26, and he deals 25.
What?
Oh
How?
my
What do
God.
you
So
play?
so he did the 3 of a kind. He had
Was it double infecting or something?
it
Probably
was
Endless Arrow, right?
no. It was like Bolton shot, reload, Searing shot. It's like, wow, wait, what was it? I think it's
It has to
Bolton
be.
shot, red infecting shot, Searing shot, 2 Searing shots. He had to hit off the quiver as well.
Oh, he hit off Quiver as
He
well.
hit
Oh,
he hit a Searing shot off quiver,
Oh,
but
wow.
jeez.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
right.
he was 1 off, and I was like, oh my god, almost died.
So
But
you're
yeah,
on
so
one, you pass back, you just find some
yeah,
random burn spell and kill him.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, okay.
So did that, and then all good. Now I'm just like, yeah, I'll just win out. It's whatever. Next round I versus Alia, and I lose. So and then so now I'm out of day 2.
Yeah,
What happened to the Azalea game?
In that game, he plays it really well, but so he puts himself second. I need to push damage, so I push a bit of damage, and then I'm looking to Arsenal this wildfire, and then just bomb him on his next turn.
Hmm.
Do that. He cycles some of his cards. I don't find. I draw up, and I don't find a hand that I can combo with.
Yeah.
So I just got to like see if I can not block. He does a dominate for 10 inertia Bolton shot or whatever.
Oh, no,
Inertia.
sure.
So yeah, now that wildfire's going bye bye, and so take whatever, bye bye, and then one of the cards in my hands a lesson, so I can set up to put up another wildfire on top that turn.
Mm.
So trade some damage, put wildfire on top, draw up again, but I got no arsenal, so I can't combo. Hoping he doesn't have another inertia thing.
So you can destroy
Ah,
it.
yeah, he's got taking the
No,
short
yeah,
on a
yeah,
red
yeah.
infecting shot that's dominated now.
Yeah, nice,
So
nice, nice.
he does that one. I block out a little bit, whatever. Shoot again, do some things. Yeah, I just
And now you're
pretty
two
much
now you're two wildfires down as well.
2 wildfires down. I ended
Gross.
up do finding the third though, and then I actually get it into Arsenal. Like I
Okay.
get an opportunity to combo,
But we didn't
but
draw it. We didn't draw red
yeah,
bills.
I'm just so far behind that it's a really tough spot to find the combo with. Anyway, I got to high roll some blind flips, and I just don't high roll them, so
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
lose it. So I lost that one. Now I'm beefing with that guy. I forgot what his name was, but good yarns with him, having good chats. He was a funny guy. I liked him.
Okay.
And then so yeah, out of day 2, one more round left, I think.
Mm.
And then the last round is an Icelander.
Oh yeah, I
And
remember. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, that matchup is just free already. But then he also just doesn't have Alluvian in his deck.
Because he didn't expect
Oh,
any wizard
no.
mirrors.
Yeah, he thought no wizards were coming, so
Which is
it was
fair. I
more free
mean,
than normal.
I definitely cut my Nullrune Hood that I usually play because of that. But I just didn't have the balls to cut Alluvian.
Yeah, Alluvian. Oh. So him
So
without
good.
Alluvian was just doomed. So
You still run the Waning Moon in that matchup? The
No, I
Icelander?
just run Crucible and stack in their face.
Yeah,
Also,
you just
Crucible hedges if they do have the Nora and Hood, so my Wildfire hits for 6 over AB5.
yeah. There's nothing you can do
Uh,
as Icelander to kill the Kano faster. Like
Yeah,
you
yeah,
have no, spike turns. You just have value turns, and they just block 6, and they keep stacking,
yeah.
and eventually just kill
what
you.
about the new ice deck?
The
Is that
Weather
any
Vane?
better? Yeah, the Weather Vane one, is that
No,
any
that
better
one's
against you?
easier. The big thing
Easier.
with that, so the Crucible actually hedges into Ice Vein as well, because when they trigger Ice Vein, I just, in response to Illuvian, let the Frostbites resolve, and now my Crucible, it
Cost
will
3
still cost like
less.
1. It'll
Yeah,
cost 1 and I'll break 4 Frostbites.
that's Weather Vane in response to Weather Vane, not Ice Vane. Yeah.
Yeah, Weather Vane, sorry. Yeah, I'll just smoke that Icelander as whatever.
Sorry.
He wasn't very happy, but that's understandable.
Yeah.
He did also try to give me tips afterwards.
Bit of a coach.
Oh,
Post
Yeah, a bit
loss.
of a like, oh, you shouldn't run Crucible if you have Illuvian and blah blah blah, and like, why you have this in the matchup? And I was just like, I've played this more than you, so like,
Trust me, one of my bros is a Icelander man.
yeah, my Icelander main bro is top 4 of the calling. Shut up.
Yeah.
you preemptively said that even though it wasn't even day 2 yet.
Yeah,
Nah,
no, we already knew.
I didn't say that in
Really
real
knew.
life. That's what I was thinking though. But I
Mm.
just said, oh yeah, true.
Mm. Classic.
And then whatever.
Classic
So,
unsolicited advice. Oh yeah, true. Yeah, no. That checks out.
oh, I didn't think of that. And I did. But yeah, whatever. So X and 3, missed day 2.
Big Sag.
Yeah, dead.
Nah, he's just a support bot for me now.
Yeah, basically. So
Hype man.
my day 1 was pretty smooth sailing most of the way, except for the last 2 rounds. The first round I versed a Briar. As we know, that one's a free one, right, Blake?
Let's go.
I've played
10
so
to
much
90.
against Blake. I think it's like X and 2. It's like 50
I,
games or
I,
something.
I think it's like 100 to 2. Like, no cap.
Oh,
But
it's
I'll
so
keep
gross.
running it. I'll
Yeah,
fucking keep
you'll run
running
it. I'll run it every time.
Get that extra equipment, you know?
Basically, he went first. He tried to attack me. He didn't get any damage through. Then it's my turn. I play an attack action. He can't block it because he's Briar. And then I go, um, in response to whatever he does, CLF. And then I was able to keep it with an Ice Vein fused. And then the next turn, I was able to keep my whole hand and then Ice Vein fuse and Waning Moon to keep it a second time.
Kept it twice?
Yeah.
Oh, why are you torturing the man?
And the game was just over after that. It was like, I was on like 34 and he was on like 29 or 28 or something, and it's just like,
Oh, it's already over.
it's so over. Yeah. Um, yeah, so that was an easy one. Round 2, my opponent didn't show up at 1-0 of the
Oh, yeah?
calling. Yeah, didn't show.
As you do.
Yeah, and so I'm waiting there. You have to wait like 10 and a bit, maybe a bit more minutes longer after the clock to like claim the win kind of thing. So I do that, and then I go to the vendor to sell my Jubil just for some cash while I'm in Singapore. The guy's like, "Oh, you won already, or like lost already," and I'm like, "Nah, my opponent didn't show up." And he's like, "Oh, you Liam?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And he's like, "I'm your opponent, bro." He's like, "No worries for the
Oh,
win."
okay.
Yeah, he had to go back and run the vendor, so I don't know why he signed up for the event. Maybe just for the
Was it the
cards or whatever.
those guys in Auckland? Those same guys?
Yeah, the one collectibles is the vendor.
Yeah, they're cool.
Yeah, they're nice.
I played against them or played against one of them in the Battle Harden at the Pro Tour.
Oh,
Super
really?
cool guys.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, anyway, so after that, I played round 3 was against an Oldham. It was pretty standard. I don't know. They all just have AB1, so how can they ever win? Yeah.
How
Chipped
can they ever
them
win,
down.
right?
Yeah. Chipped him down with some attack actions and then just yeah, killed him. Round 4 I was against Katsu. This match was pretty high roll from me, I think. I don't know, a little bit. He goes first and does like a weird turn where he pitches a red to a Kadachi. And so like when I see that on turn 0,
Uh-huh.
if it's a red, I'm inclined to block them because he's not got many resources to keep attacking me with like either Surging Strike or the other Kadachi, etc., etc.
Does it not have Gorgon already though? Because don't you have to pitch a blue?
No, you have to pitch
You're
a
pretty much
zero.
trading a card for a card at that point as well.
Yeah,
So it's fine.
exactly. You have to pitch a zero cost, Blake, not a blue.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but it's just most of your blues are zero. So,
Right.
so he
I just
pitched
never seen it
like
red.
yeah. He pitched like a Whelming Gust Wave, which is a zero, and then I blocked that for two with like a ice card. Then he pitches a yellow Bonds to attack with the other one. So I basically had a 2 block, a 3 block, and a 2 block. And I figured he's basically gonna, because he's got one floating after pitching that yellow, he's
Mm.
gonna like not rising knee, spinning kick or leg tap, like a 1 for 4 afterwards. So I just like block 2 and then block 5 on the other one. And that's exactly what happened. He arsened with his last card, so he didn't get through any damage. And then it was like back to my turn, and I had like a Winter's Bite into an attack action. I think I did.
Gross.
I think I did Winter's Bite into attack action like 2 or 3 times in this match. It was crazy. And then some of the turns where it looked like he had a big turn, like a big surging turn, I had Blizzard, so it was like
Oh,
really really good for me. He also played Mask of Momentum against me, which I think might be wrong. I don't know.
He's never gonna get 3 hits off against you, right?
Not really. Not between like Blizzard and CLF and Winter's Bite, stuff like that. But it's also just
But
so
then,
easy for me to block 2 cards on the third attack as well. Like I take the 2 Kodachis and just block 2 cards and play my own hand.
yeah.
Yeah, so that was a dub. Yeah, I don't know. I've struggled with the Katsu matchup sometimes, but that match was really easy. I think sometimes it feels like they just have like so many blues and they can just pay for everything, but didn't turn out. Next round was round 5. I ended up on feature match against Hayden Dale from Arsenal Pass. He was playing Oldham. The game played out a bit weird because I couldn't find many attack actions in the early game, so I had to play out like Frost Hexes. I ended up playing 2 and an Insidious Chill, so I ended up taking quite a bit of damage to do that. And
Yeah, I was.
yeah, I was kind of worried that I wasn't gonna, you know, have enough time to Ice Eternal him or something like that. But it's like the Oldham deck is just full of these blue cards that attack for high amounts, and it's just like if they attack you with one of them, it costs them 6 resources, so they basically can't pummel you. They basically can't do anything. That's all they can do is present 8. And if they're just presenting 8, then I have like armor, I have sink belows, 3 blocks, everything to just like stop that and like, you know, stem the bleeding and then keep setting up or keep trying to find attack actions. And that's basically what happened. I ended up getting an Ice Eternal for
Was it
3.
3? Yeah, I think I
Yeah.
remember watching it. Yeah.
Ice Eternal for 3 when I had a chill. And he's got 1 card in hand. He's got like an attack ready to hit me. Um, no. Wait, no. This was yeah. He attacked with the Anathos for 4. I think I have lethal with the Ice Eternal, but it's important to like declare blocks first and then pass through damage and then try and go for lethal because if you go for lethal first, then the Anathos comes in for 6, right?
Because
Because he
yeah,
ABs.
pitching extra. Yeah.
Yeah. So I ended up like floating resource with Tunic. I think I was on 1. So floating resource with Tunic, block with Tunic, and a Fighting Spirit. So I go up to 2 and then take 1 down to 1. That might have been the last turn, not the Ice Eternal turn. But
Yeah.
anyway,
I was watching this, and when you went to 1, I was like, bruh.
bro,
The
1. That's
fucking
the safe
fighting
zone,
spirit.
bro. That's the safe
Yeah,
zone.
that's total mode for Icelander. That's easy mode.
Yeah. So Ice Eternal for 3 with 2 Frost Hexes. He's on 9, and then I have the fuse card so I can Waning Moon, so it's 12 damage. But he ends up going with his last card is a Sigil, so he gains 3, it goes to 12, and then Tunic can AB 1, so he'd survive on 1. So I just keep the Ice Bolt, and then, yeah, I've got lethal next turn because they've only got AB 1.
Yeah.
So that game was kind of not really close, but it was, I guess. It's basically Oldham's job to, like, kill me, not the other way around. Because I have the
Mm.
inevitability with Frost Hex. Then round 6 was Alexi. It was a pretty fat L, not gonna lie. I won the die roll and said, "You go first." They go.
Oh no.
It's good. You want them to go first.
You do?
Yeah, of course. Then you go. Then they go Codex of Inertia, turn 0. So
Okay.
it puts in a Aether Hail for me, and I discard something. They attacked me with one thing, and then they like Arsenaled, and I managed to get some damage off with the Aether Hail, which was kind of cool. But I just didn't have an Arsenal. Like I have an Inertia, right? So I can't Arsenal.
Yeah, that's pain.
Yeah, and then I draw up my hand. It's like got Channel Lake Frigid in it, and I'm like, shit. That would have been sweet to Arsenal. um, but I end up going like pitch and ice card, Channel Lake Frigid, and then E Strike +2. But I think in hindsight, I should have chose E Strike Go again for 5, and then played the Channel Lake Frigid, even though the Channel
So he
Lake
knows not to block it.
yeah, because as soon as I play Channel Lake and go E Strike for 7, he knows, okay, block 6 because I can't use these cards because of Channel Lake Frigid.
Oh,
Mm,
yeah, yeah.
But
that's painful.
if I go again first, they don't know what's following up. Like might be another attack action like a wounded ball, and it
Could be a
might be
peak or something.
yeah, it could be P, could be anything. So they might not be inclined to block, and then I go CLF and then like ruin their hand. But yeah, I think they ended up blocking and then they just sent back a random attack. But that in that situation, I really need to draw a way to pitch 2 ice cards to keep it again because all they did was attack me with 1 card. That's easy for me to just take and keep my whole hand and then double pitch. But
Mhm.
I just didn't find it. I found like Brain Freeze, Emeritus, Attack, something like that. So
Yeah.
yeah, that was unfortunate. The rest of the game was just like, yeah, they just triple arrow you every turn and you leak and then they take all your damage because your damage is like 7 or 8 and then you lose. But yep, so that's the first L, Lexi. Then round 7 was another Lexi and I was like, shit. I said like during the day, I was like, if I don't pair against Lexi, I'm just gonna win every match. But there we go, we got Lexi.
Back to back, baby.
Yeah, back to back. This Lexi high rolled me, not gonna lie. Without the high roll, I might have been okay. Uh, the first two, he was a good guy. He was a cool guy though. The first turn was like he put me first. Was correct. I attack him. He blocks 6. He loads an arrow, and then he starts his turn. 3 of a kind in response, Art of War, and I'm like,
Okay.
Oh
shit.
my
So,
lord.
and then he's like, all right, let's those two resolve. He's got like 5 cards in hand and one in Arsenal. And I'm like, all right, this is doomed. He comes in for like 20 something damage that turn. And yeah, I'm looking at like a Polar Blast and a Wounded Bull, so I can't really block. Not a Wounded Bull, a Fighting Spirit, so I can't really block with those. So like,
Book four.
yeah, block 4. So I just take it and I swing back. He takes it instantly. Yeah, he keeps like triple arrowing me and stuff. There was a turn where he pitched double, like I blizzarded, and he had to pitch double Rain Razors. So I'm like, okay,
Oof.
maybe we have hope here, like, cause there's 2 Rain Razors gone. Later on in the game, maybe like turn 5, 6, he had another 3 of a kind response Art of War turn, and that
Okay.
one, yeah, that one messed me up.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, but that's how it is, man. Their power cards are good, so they get you.
Ban one of them.
Which
They're
one though?
40 out of
Three
60
of a
power
kind?
cards.
Maybe endless arrow.
Yeah, I reckon Endless Arrow, that card's scuffed. So, I was pretty tilted going into day 2 that I was XO and then lost the last 2. But, like, it's funny because some people go 0-2 at the start and they're like, hell yeah, I made it to 5 and 2. Like, they clawed it back. And then there's the other people that went XO at the start, like undefeated, and then they lost and they're like, shit, this sucks. You know what I mean? So, that was the boat that
Hmm.
I was in going into day 2. Anyway, got some food that night, mental clear, boom. Then the first round was a Reiner. It's a pretty free matchup, not gonna lie. It sounds like it will be bad because they can just like intimidate your hand and stuff like that, but they just don't
Surprised the
really.
runner.
Huh?
Surprised the runner went 5-2.
Yeah, he was the only Reiner left. Yeah, he had a really good Blood Rush turn that took me from like 30 down to like 10 or 12 or something. But I still had my whole hand because it got intimidated, and I had like E Strike go again into Woundable, which is like mint.
Boo.
Yeah, and I think I managed to get a chill out pretty early because a lot of their hands, I don't know if this is a thing they do in the Icelander matchup or if it's just a normal thing, but a lot of their hands against me are just like pitch and then play something, kind of like Guardian style, like just
Mm.
swing big or what's it called, pack hunt or whatever. They just like send it at you and they like block 2 or they AB with the other cards, and it's like if they want to do that, they're just playing into your plan. Like that's kind of what Icelander wants to do as well. So I just kept
Did you have
doing that.
AB4?
He had AB3, he had Skullhorn and
Let's go on, yeah.
arms. Yeah, I just kept leaking damage in between his turns with like Ice Cards and Waning Moon and stuff like that, and then eventually I killed him with Storm Striders. So pretty normal. The next round I versed another Lexi, and I was like tilt. As soon as he's like, "Oh, I'm playing Lexi," I'm like, "Okay, cool." Runs over. That sucks. Three
Jeez,
Lexi
accepting defeat
BL.
before you even start.
Nah, it wasn't really like that, but yeah, kinda. um, and then he wins the die roll and chooses to go first. So I'm like, okay, sweet. Maybe he doesn't know the matchup. He does the double load thing, and like pass priority, so that's cool. And I had like a CNC to actually like threaten it, so that was quite good. And then he didn't have three of a kind to like play off the two remaining cards that he had. And then I was able to block. I basically this game played out like I was just blocking at the start of the game until I found CLF, which is now just going to be my new plan against Lexi. It's just like block
Unless
out.
they three of a kind out of all you. Then.
Yeah, you can't block that out, but like, come on. Because
Yeah,
in the
when you
matchup I cut Wounded Bull and Scar because they're 2 blocks, and just bring in like 3 block ice cards and like all my other Lexi tech like Command and Conquer and Encase and stuff like that.
when you message like the group chat that you beat Alexi, I was like, thank fuck.
Yeah.
This run's gonna be huge once you
Yeah.
beat that Lexi.
So what ended up happening was opponent's turn. He's got 4 cards. He just took my like attack action. He just took it on the face. He's got no arsenal. He goes activate Voltaire for bolt and shot +1. Attacks me with it. Right. I had this rounds on me in my arsenal. Right. So
Oh,
I played
I
this
see
rounds
what's
on
going on now.
me. Yeah. It shrinks the bolt and shot. And then I waning moon him like before he draws the card, so he
Oh,
doesn't know how much he can AB, whatever. And then he has to snapdragon it because it loses go again, right? From not being
that's
buffed.
Deckers.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
that's the
get that.
tech. Yeah.
That's so sick.
And then he snaps it. He Voltaires in for go again on a Pathing Helix. And I'm
Mm.
like, okay, so he's already activated Voltaire twice. I don't want Pathing Helix to hit me because then he gets to reload, right?
Uh-huh.
So what he said was Pathing Helix for go again, right? So what he means is he's choosing go again with Voltaire on the Pathing
Yep.
Helix. So
Yep.
therefore, it would be attacking me for 3 because of this rounds on me. But what
You,
I
and you think it
heard,
hit?
no, what I heard was it's 4 go again, right? The number 4.
Right,
So
right.
I blocked 3 and my Coronet Peak. My Coronet Peak had a -1 counter
Uh,
from a drill shot. So I basically threw away my Coronet Peak even though it was only a 3 attack. I called the judge to see if there's anything like miscommunication, that went on that I could like change my block, but it's not like I can't change my block. It's basically my word against my opponent's word kind of thing. But yeah.
You're just
yeah.
deaf, bro.
Yeah, I'm just deaf. I couldn't change my block, but at that point I was kind of like, okay, this game's kind of over anyway. And then he has to activate Quiver to like potentially attack me again because the thing had go again, and he hits another bolt and shot, a red. But it's only coming in for 3 because of this rounds on me, so I can easily just take it. After that turn, I had like an attack action, and he blocked with his New Horizon on it instead of just like giving me 2 cards, which was
Huh?
it's kind of interesting.
Interesting.
Yeah, he blocks 3 with New Horizon and Tunic and a card, so six block, take 2. I think he went down to like 9 from that. But
Oh, so
then
kill range.
kinda kill range, yeah. But
Almost,
then
almost.
next turn he immediately like loads Voltaire for all these Lexi players as well that I played against. They just load Voltaire and they put their attack action straight on the chain. You know what I mean? But like
Yeah, you can respond to
I
it.
get
Yeah,
priority in response to the Voltaire.
of course.
So he basically showed me that he had a Heat Seeker,
Yeah.
right? Because he just said go again and put it straight on the table, and I said, well, hang on, I want to respond to Voltaire, and he goes, oh, okay, he picks it up, puts it back in his hand, kind of thing. But I know it's a Heat Seeker, so now I know he's basically coming at me with a Heat Seeker and the other card, right? Because he had a 3 card hand.
Mm.
It's like I know how he's playing it now, so I just have so much info. And
Yeah, he just messed
yeah,
up.
because he just doesn't give me priority in response to his Voltaire. He's actually like hurting his own chance, kind of thing. Anyway, Also, his New Horizons destroyed, right? So he doesn't have two Arsenal zones. He can't. If the Heatseeker flips in an arrow, his snaps are gone because of the bolt and shot, the this round's on me thing, right? Where he had to use them.
Yeah, yeah.
So he can't attack with the arrow from Arsenal and snap it to get it out and like keep going. So I basically let the Heatseeker hit me for like a little bit, like a block with some equipment. He activates Voltaire again, and I had a blue Ice Vein in Arsenal, so I can like strip his arrow in response to the Voltaire activation. So I did that, and I chunk him out for 3 at the same time, take his or 2 because he barried, but like, and I get to take his arrow, so I don't take any more that turn. And
He
then
goes to 6.
yeah, he goes pretty low at 6, and then he had a ponder. He must have played a pre-med that turn as well when he attacked me. But he had a ponder and a heatseeker trigger. So he's like trying to think of how to order them to like not hit a dead card in Arsenal kind of
Yeah,
thing.
yeah,
But
yeah.
it's like it doesnn't matter because it's like one of them's just straight up random, the heatseeker, right?
Hmm.
So it doesn't matter. They're both 2 random cards on top of his deck. He just does it. He flips in. It's a headshot, a blue headshot, right?
Oh my
Like
god.
So
worst of the
the
worst.
worst card. All that does is attack for 2. Yeah. So then at this point, I've basically just won the game. His next turn is attack me for 2. I just get to block. Ended up blocking 4 with like my last piece of armor just in case he had rain razors to like to punk
Fair,
me out.
fair.
Yeah. And then I just had like an ice vein and like took off his hand and killed him with some random spell. So we got there mostly because of the this round's on me,
That's nutty.
which was
Clean, bro,
very cool for
clean.
the tech. Yeah.
That's so good.
And then round 10, I versed Brody Spurlock on Oldhim. But yeah, I don't know. These Oldhims are just free, man.
Yeah,
Like,
that game
it
feels like
doesn't
you
matter.
won convincingly.
It doesn't matter how good you are at the game. Your deck list is just letting you down at this point. Like in this matchup in particular.
Heard it here
So
first.
yeah, you heard it here first. But yeah, he just spent the whole game attacking me with these like Tog. You watched the whole game, right? Well, most of
Yeah, I
it.
watched it.
Yeah, he just spent the
Just
whole game
nah.
attacking me with these garbage attacks, like just 6 for 8, 6 for 8, and like
And you just like wounded bull.
yeah, and I'm just like, all right, block, like sink below it, take some wounded bull, or like I think I even went Winter's Bite wounded bull once, just like take an
Oh.
extra card from him, and then it's like because if you take an extra card with the Winter's Bite, they can't really block 2 on
No, because then they won't get
the
the
bull.
crown
Then
something.
yeah, then they can't do shit. Yeah, it's crazy. But most of the
Mm.
time, like all these Oldhim matchups, I got into a loop where because of Insidious Chill, you can play a blue Ice Vein on your own turn, and because they have AB1 and Crown, they can't stop the trigger, right?
Uh-huh.
It's 3 damage. You basically take 2 cards out of their hand, so they're left with a 2-card hand, right? Because they pitched Crown, or is it a 3-card hand? Yeah, it's a 3-card hand because they get 1 off Crown, and then they just have to pitch another card to pay for the other trigger, right? But
Mhm.
basically, what it means is when they have the 3-card hand, they can't actually pressure you because if they tap out for like 6 to play one of their shitty blue cards or their like Spinal Crushers or whatever, you just
Yeah,
like
it's either
you just chunk them out Arcane in response, and then you like block
yeah.
3, and then you Arsenal, or like you sink below Arsenal, whatever. It's like it never
Hmm.
works out for them. So I got in this loop where, and if you do this when they don't have Crown, they're just on a 2-card hand, and it's even worse for them. Like all they can do is Anathos for 4. So basically, in all these in these Oldhim matchups, I just had them in spots where all they can do is Anathos for 4, and it's like if they're Anathos for 4 every turn, it's like the easiest thing to play around as Icelander, because then I can just block 1 card, I can keep 3, I can even just like do another Ice Vein, like keep chaining them, and like actually pitch to
Yeah.
Waning Moon at the same time. So it was just over. Like this is literally how my other Oldhim matchups played out as well. So
Yeah, yeah. All the older matches play out like this.
yeah, except for the finals one.
We'll get to that in a
Oh,
second.
bro. And then yes, I won that one. It was kind of close. I think it was the closest out of all of them. The last turn, I had him in a spot where if he crowns into a sigil or a an Oasis Respite, then he actually survives, and I have no hand. So it's basically my 4 cards versus his 4 cards. So he
Mhm.
needs a Zealous or a Rouse to actually get through my blocks, because like if he just attacks me for uh, let's say it's 10, like a red Thunderquake, that's like the highest he can get out of 4 cards without having like go again. Then I just block like equipment and like 2 block, and I can survive and Arsenal a card, and then he's dead because he's got no AB, right?
Yeah.
That's how that went. But he didn't find the Oasis or Sigil, so he just died. And then the next round I was against Matt Rogers, also playing Oldhim. Basically the same shit happened. So in some of the games you like find frost text early, so you just like play it out. You might as well. But like in this game, I think I had an early one that I kept getting chip damage off, like every time I played an ice card. And I think for the first like 5 turns, I played Polar Blast, Cold Snap, Polar Blast, Cold Snap, Cold Snap from my
Jeez.
arsenal. So I
You,
was like churning through my deck. I was going hard, and like
you usually wanna don't you
yeah,
want to save like in aggro matches? You don't want to play the Frost X's, or do you side them out?
yeah, I just don't play them in aggro matchups. It's
Yeah.
really
Okay.
only for Guardians, and I play them against Dromai as well.
Yeah.
But
Go on.
like, yeah, I was churning through my deck and giving Frostbites at the same time and Waning Moon. So like, I'm presenting 4 damage every time I do that cycle because of the Frostex, and it was like it was just outvaluing him so much. He played 3 sigils that game, like quite early as well, and we were still on like kind of even life totals, so it's kind of crazy. There was one turn where I got pummeled. The same thing happened in the match against Hayden as well, where I got pummeled, but in response I was able to pitch. So I blocked 2 cards on the attack, then it got pummeled. Then I was able to pitch, play my Arsenal card, and then pitch, play my Waning Moon. So like use all my cards before I get pummeled. So like basically,
Oh, okay.
I dealt like 6 damage back to him, and then the pummel came over for 4. So like I actually out traded them in that spot, which was
That's
crazy in response to a pummel.
Aztec is again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Nice.
That happened, and then basically he needs to draw the same spot that Brody was in. He needs to draw a go again, like a Zealous or a Rouse the Ancients, so he can actually pressure me and make me not Arsenal again.
Mm.
But he just has some shitty blue card that attacks for 8, which is like all their deck is. Well, some of them attack for 6, which is even worse. So yeah, I just block. I get to Arsenal, and then yeah, the game's over. So
Is
at
that your
this
last
point,
round?
yeah, at this point I was X2, and I'm locked for top 8 because of like seeding kind of thing. So I was against Sam Sutherland in the last round. He's playing Dash, obviously. I just played fast and loose, just trolled it basically. Because like I was like, fuck yeah, made the top 8, but I probably should have like focused a bit more because it's a rated tournament, right? So there's Elo that we're playing for, and yeah, but who knows? Maybe if I won that match, it would have changed the seeding. Everything would have went different in the top 8, but whatever. Yeah, I basically had a turn where I could choose to attack with. This was like really early in the game, like turn 2 or something. I had a choice to either block with Frostex and play a Findle's Fighting Spirit, or block with the Fighting Spirit and play the Frostex. And I decided to play the Frostex, and he was just boosting the whole game, so I didn't have enough time to actually use it. And
Mm.
if I had just attacked him for 7, I would have won the race. So like, yeah, just a huge punt.
Did you know this from the start that he was going like full aggro into you?
No, not really. No,
Did he start with induction or pounder?
induction. He started induction.
Ah, sneaky.
But
It,
it's not like yeah, if he starts induction, it's not like he's guaranteed on like late game, right? It's
Yeah,
no.
just easy to like use
mid
induction
range.
to attack me for 4 every turn, kind of thing, at minimum. He also had a couple of good, or mainly the last high octane turn, but like he had 2 high octanes. One of them was decent, and the other one like he managed to pistol me like 5 times, which was fucked. And I was on
Jeez.
like 6 or something. No, I was on a hell awkward number, like 5 or something. So I can take 2 hits, and then my only equipment left was Tunic, so Tunic can't even cover one of the hits. You know what I mean? Because I'm on 1, and it was like, bro. So it took my whole hand, and then he won because I have no arsenal.
What was his health at the end of the game?
His health was like 5, but that was after I had Stormies'd out a Aether Ice Vein, a red. I just Stormies'd it out, and hopefully like his hand can't deal with it, but it did, obviously, because he's like,
Mm.
all he has to do is spend like 2 resources on his weapon to like present 2 instances of 2, which is just crazy. So yeah, I couldn't get through that. But anyway, yeah, locked for top 8, so I was still happy.
Fucking buzzing.
Yeah, I was fucking lit. And then it's like they wanted to take a photo of us, which is cool. They got the photo. They're like, all right, you get like a half an hour break until the top 8. And I was like, oh my god, bro, I just want to play the games. I just want to get this done. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm itching. You know what I mean? Because at this point we had already figured out that my bracket was I'm against Azuri, so I'm basically like 90% to win that. And then
You already know your top four.
yeah, basically, unfortunately for him. But and then the other side of the bracket is Nick versus Haydendale, which is both Oldhams. So I'm like shit. This is perfect, right? I just get to verse another shitty Oldhim. And then the other side of the bracket was Matt Rogers
Lexi
versus
Jeremiah.
Sam, which is Dash
Mm.
versus Oldhim. And the other one was Dromai versus Lexi. And I thought,
Mhm.
shit, the Dromai is going to beat the Lexi. If Matt can beat Sam, Matt's going to beat the Dromai, and then I just beat Matt, and it's a free fucking tournament.
Surely, it's so simple. Just
Yeah, just play out like that, right? But Matt did beat Sam, but the Lexi ended up beating the Dromai, which was like
Mm.
I wasn't really expecting that. I was like, well, okay, but apparently he played it really well, as you would in calling top eight. Top eight versus Uri, it was like just normal. He's red line, so he can't really pay for anything. So a lot of his turns just got straight up scuffed on the spot from like a cold snap. Like I freeze his because he maybe he was a bit greedy, but he was going for dagger first off of a blue, so he floats one. But then I go cold snap, which gives him a frostbite and threatens to freeze his arsenal. So he actually has to pay 2 to get around that because he had the stealth card in his arsenal and the switch card in hand, kind of thing.
Mhm.
Uh,
Can they never just? Can they ever keep 2 cards? Like, can they never keep 2 cards? I mean, because they just like isolate, and then you frostbite, and then they can't switch. Like, they can just
yeah,
never keep 2 cards.
yeah, basically they need Tunic
So then you,
to be able to do
yeah.
that.
So then
Yeah.
you're just throwing balls at them, and they're just like, yeah, block 3, take 5.
Yeah, that's pretty much how it went. It was
Oh,
it was not good.
yeah.
So yeah, that one was over pretty fast. Then the Oldhim mirror between Hayden and Nick, I came over and started watching that. I think it was about halfway done, and Tog was like, "Yeah, Nick's gonna win. Like he's up on life and deck count." Apparently, it was from a Tome of Findle. Tog, Hayden,
Oh yeah, it looked like Butcher was just ahead from the get-go.
was it the Tome of Findle from Arsenal?
Yeah, he had a Mage Master's Tome of Fiendo turn into like Spinal Pummel or something, I
Oh
think.
my
my lord.
god, bro.
I think that's what I seen.
That must have been what I missed
It
when I
was
was
a big
playing.
Tome of Fiendo turn though, I remember that. And then like he
Yeah.
gained 5, then he took like Hayden's whole hand, so he time warped him,
Ugh.
and then just like ran him out of deck pretty much.
Gross. So I end up versing Nick. The game was streamed if you want to see this disgusting shit that happened. Warning, not safe for work, alright? So
NSFW.
if you're watching from work, don't fucking watch that. Uh,
Bro.
oh wait, we're
Are we
gonna do
going
a
over it?
review, right? We're gonna review
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
If anyone's listening, only listening, we've got the video coming up of me versing Nick in the semis. So if you want to watch, check it out. Once again, NSFW. If you're at work, do not watch this. This is
In
real.
this matchup, you need to find your
Um,
nicknames to trigger the insidious.
Yo, Bina, is that your deck box on the right there?
Yeah, bro, that's definitely mine.
Blue pitch cards or the black cards.
Yo, cool deck box, bro.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Moments. Nick Butchers, I would say it's
Nick,
a
bro.
pretty
Oh, we can
aggressive
mute these
list.
guys. Should
That's
I
the
speed
play,
her up a
bro,
little bit?
from Nick. Yeah, go
Yeah,
speed run. Go
Nick
speed
put me off with that. Not gonna lie.
Shit.
Genius play from Nick.
He'd won the game already.
Mental edge.
Mental diff. He's also got a like raw dogged gold foil crater fist as well, just chilling. It's a gold foil just raw dogged in there.
Is that an unsleeved Oldhim as well?
Yeah, unsleeved old him is also another
Oh,
power
bruh.
play for sure. Alright, so this is the oh fuck. Alright, there we go. First turn of the game, he goes Marcha Grande for 8. Right, it's dominate. I got
Non-floating.
yeah, I got no floating, that's the main thing. So he pitched a red spinal to do this. What's his other option really is just like pitch and play the spinal. That just never gets through damage, right? So this is
Yeah,
better.
Yeah, you just
block 9
you just block and cycle. So
Yeah, this is better for him. So my hand is like Ice Bolt, Frosting, Sink. So I can Sink, take 4, and then like not use my 3 cards. But then I'm thinking, this could be like a Storm Strider's angle here, because he's got no floating. Like if it was a third blue pitch and he had 2 floating, maybe it's not. But like now I can just get a clean 6 in, so I just do it.
was that your first thought? Was like Storm Striders?
Yeah, as soon
Yeah,
as I
this man
saw no
said it
floating,
straight away.
yeah, I straight
IRL.
away said to him, I'm like, this could be Storm Striders, and he was like, yeah. I was like, yeah, okay, cool, we're doing it. Fuck it.
Fuck yeah.
It makes sense as well because, like, how you explained that Storm Striders activates Waning Moon there, so you're getting
Yeah, yeah.
3 extra damage
So
than what
you
you normally would.
can directly attribute the waning moon here to the Storm Striders, not to the Arsenal card, which will usually
Yeah.
happen later on in the game. So
Yeah. So
Storm Striders is
there were
giving you the
people.
Ice Bolt and the waning moon.
Yeah, there were people that I talked to. They were just like, "Why'd the Icelander pop the Storm Striders?" But it makes complete sense. It's either 6 free damage now
It was
or
just
potentially 4
unfortunate. Like
later.
this play would look like a god play if I drew into like a wounded bull right now. If I just send in for 8
Yeah.
after this, everyone's gonna be like, "Wow, genius play." But because I didn't find anything like impactful in my hand, it doesn't look great.
Hmm. I mean, Chill's pretty good for setup. No?
Chill
The
is good,
small,
but the thing is, this game goes so fucking fast. Like it's crazy.
I think you gotta play channel leg there though. Like when you commit your Striders like that, you're like kind of signing a contract that the game is gonna be fast. So I'm pretty sure you have to play something that impacts the game like ASAP, whereas the
Hmm.
chill doesn't really, and you still get the
Yeah,
2 damage from the waning
it's
moon.
like, but the thing is, I don't know that I'm gonna get zealous, roused, pummeled this game at this point, right? So I seen City's chill. I'm like,
Yeah,
hell
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
this is good.
It's hard to see it in person, but like now with hindsight, you'll be able to like next time you do Striders plays like this, you can kind of lean towards that way maybe.
Yeah, and then my hand at this point is 2 wounded bulls, a cold snap, and an E-strike. So
So you don't block,
I
right?
mean,
You can't block with this.
my Arsenal
It's too much
card.
damage to send back.
Yeah, but the thing is, my Arsenal card is a Winter's Bite, a blue, and
Hmm.
he's got 1 resource floating at the moment, so it's useless, right? And the disable is also threatening it, right? So
Hmm.
I can go block with E-strike, wounded bull, and my gauntlets to block for 6, so I can keep my Winter's Bite. But because then next turn I can go Winter's Bite into wounded bull, which is actually not too bad.
Mm.
Like before the tunic gets to 3. Um,
Yeah, there's actually heaps of lines you can do here, eh?
yeah, exactly. But in the moment, I was thinking, okay, this is too many 2 blocks, so I'm not really considering blocking. So I take it essentially. I play the Winter's Bite for no reason, and then I go E-strike, go again into wounded bull.
Just present 13, baby. It's a race.
Yeah. So this is how we both ended up on like 10 health. But like hindsight, I probably should have slowed this down. I probably shouldn't have done this because I have Insidious still in play, right?
Mm. It
Um,
does suck that it's going to cost your equipment, but it's not too bad if it slows the game down, plays into your plan.
yeah. And then this comes in here. I just sink it to save health. You always want to sink the first one because if they follow up with CNC, you can't sink that. But then I get pummeled. Um, so I take a lot of damage. You can save the
Yeah, you're not
sink
really
to
gonna.
play around pummel, but it's like, what are you gonna block with here?
Y- Yeah, exactly.
Like,
I was gonna say you
Yeah,
can't
no, you
play
don't
around
play
it.
around pummel
there's
and
no way
No,
I'm
no,
putting Coronet Peak in front of this. There's like just no
no.
way at all.
take another 3. Yeah, leak a bit.
And then I kept a card. What do I got in my hand? Oh, it's just an Arsenal. Okay, I thought I had an extra card. Oh, because I had to discard to the pummel.
So he's back on 5 cards.
I believe it's a cold snap in my Arsenal. Yeah, this is the Rouse turn, yeah. So it is cold
Other
snap.
rouse.
So what do I do here? By the way, these Rouse effects, like Rouse and Zealous, are like the main ways you lose this matchup because it lets them do like 13 damage in a turn. But like,
Mm.
or 11 to 13 damage. But like, the rest of their deck is just filled with shitty blues that just attack for 6 and 8. And like, it's so easy to beat those.
Yeah.
Even like the reds, like Spinal Crush. So I pitched a card. I could have gone Tunic to Cold Snap here. It's hard to know.
What was the reasoning not to?
I can't see my hand, so it's hard to know.
So you can Arsenal 2 drop, I'm guessing.
Potentially. Or like,
Or because you want to do Moon this
Yeah, I want a
turn.
moon. Yeah,
So you're going to get rid of a card anyway.
but I also pitched a 3 block, so it's possible I could have just heavy blocked this turn. Yeah, he's thinking he ends up crowning. And then I don't respond to crown with moon, which I should, so I missed out on a damage.
Hmm.
Okay, oh fuck.
You had like Frost
Frost
Hex.
Hex, something, something. Frost Hex, that looks like an Ice Bolt in the middle, and a attack action. Oh no, that's a defensive
Fate.
act. That's a Fate. Right, so I draw, and
Okay.
then I draw Ice Eternal. So, so basically I've got Ice Eternal, Frost Hex, Ice Bolt, and Fate. So I'm basically block 6, Fate Scene, right? And then Arsenal the 2.
Yeah, so not too bad.
But it's possible. Shit, it's possible I could even go like. Nah, it's probably not. But I could probably just like take this, take 7, I go to 8, and then like Fate Scene the next thing, take a bit more, and then like go Tunic, pitch, um, Tunic, pitch a blue, and then Ice Eternal for 2 on my turn, and fuse.
Trigger Insidious.
Yeah, just to actually get a trigger.
And then
Maybe
2
that's good,
Frostbites,
because like
take a card,
2
Arsenal Ice
frostbites
Bolt,
and they lose a card. That's pretty good, right?
and some damage.
I don't know.
Could be decent. It like hurts their turn, which is nice for you.
Yeah. It would have been nice if I had done Tunic into Cold Snap and then took that line, because then I would have been able to do it for 3, like X
Yeah,
equals
yeah,
3.
yeah.
I think I just struggled to find an Ice Vein. Okay, I think I just get hammered. Oh, I'm still blocking this. Yeah, block 6. I can also just take an extra 3, leave the Ice Eternal in my hand, and fuse it for nothing, but that's probably bad. It just takes 1 card, and they just still
Yeah,
attack
it
for
takes
8
that
or
worst
whatever.
card, but you
Yeah,
take 3 extra.
yeah, it's probably not worth it.
So you got another Arsenal go turn.
Yeah, which is an Ice Bolt. Oh god, why do I keep shuffling my hand?
I think E-Strike, Cold Snap, Brain Freeze, Emeritus.
Oh,
Oh
Winter's
no,
Bite.
it's a Winter's Bite. Yeah.
So Winter's Bite and 3 blocks. So it's Brain Freeze, Emeritus, E-Strike. And he just goes CNC. So 5 card hand, he leads off with CNC. It's got to be Pummel.
Smell
One
that from a mile away,
Yeah,
mate.
100%. So like, what I end up doing is playing the Ice Bolt before the reaction step. He goes Crown because he has 1 floating. He doesn't barrier, and then I do Tunic to do this. You want to always do all this shit before the reaction so that you know. Like, so now I definitely know it's a pummel.
Yeah, you get the info.
Yeah. Free damage.
So it gets pummeled, I go to 2, which is honestly, it's not too bad because I have all my equipment, right? The awkward
And then
thing
what was your
was,
hand?
my hand here is Enlightened Strike and Emeritus. Right? Yes. So I discard Enlightened Strike here. Oh no, oh, what the fuck? Where's the E-Strike gone?
I think you play it for draw.
Oh, I do. Yeah, okay, here it is. So I have E-Strike, Brain Freeze, and Emeritus, and I have to discard 1. So I guess, yeah. I discard 1, and then I can either draw a card or I can +2 it. Not much diff, to be honest. But this is what scuffs my arsenal, right? It puts a Emeritus Scolding in there.
And then he gets the 2 block out of this.
But I mean, this is the last turn of the game. The game's over after this.
Yeah.
It's just crazy.
Turn 5 is it or turn 4?
Turn 4.
Yeah, nice.
So my hand is 2 3 block ice cards. One of them is like an Aether Hail. So it's 2 3 block ice cards, a Polar Blast, and a D-React. So, and I have Emeritus in my arsenal. So
Bro, just
even
just
if I
play
wanted to
around
play
Pummel,
around
man.
Pummel,
Yeah,
if I wanted to play around Pummel, I'd have to put the Coronet Peak and the 2 3 blocks in front of it. Then if he doesn't play the Pummel, I can play the Emeritus and like deal 4.
But then he just ABs because he doesn't have
Um,
pummel.
yeah, because he doesn't have Pummel, then he just goes Crown and Null Rune, so he takes 2, he goes to 8, and then I Arsenal the D-React. That's probably not too bad. The other line is, or in that same scenario, if he does Pummel, then I get to play the D-React. And I have nothing to do with the Polar Blast or whatever it is, my last card. Or I can do the, I can sink and play the Emeritus, put him to 6 or maybe like 7. He probably have like 1 floating.
weren't you planning on doing the reason you blocked with the equipment and sync is so you could fuse the Ice Vein and then Emeritus on his turn?
Yeah, this is the third thing, the third play, which is my opponent's
Oh
already
yeah.
used 2 pummels, so the statistics that they have another pummel is very low. So I can just block for 7 here, keep my Ice Vein in hand, and fuse it, and trigger Insidious Chill,
And then win.
and then win
Like
the
that
game.
just wins the game.
Like, isn't that just infinite better? So that's why I decided I'm not playing around pummel, because
Got to play to
if he
win.
doesn't have it, I just win. There it is.
Yeah.
And then
It's-
awkward fist bump handshake. GG's.
And if you overblock, you just lose anyway, so it's just inevitable. So you just play so he has it, pretty much.
No, I play as though he doesn't have it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Fell.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's it, and then here's me getting tilted. Fucking yeah. And I was saying, maybe because I had the chill turn 1, I should have slowed the game down, but whatever. We did that. We're there now. And then what do we got? Boom. It's lit. Phantasmals. It's worth.
Paid off, baby.
It's worth the loss. Trust.
Take the highest of rolls.
Yeah. All right. That's gonna be it for We Make Podcast for today, guys. Catch us for the next episode. Not sure when it will be. If you have maybe some questions or anything to ask, or maybe some topics that we could discuss, drop a comment, or join our Discord. Send us a message on Discord, stuff like that. And also consider signing up to the Patreon if you want to learn from a calling top 4 competitor,
The
me,
best Kano in the world.
and the best Kano in the world, Tog, and then some dickhead that plays Briar. Alright,
Let's
laters.
go.